Hi, I'm Alonzo. I'm a musician in Los Angeles, and I want to talk to you about why self-care is important for Black men. When I was growing up, I always put myself second. I always felt like I needed to kind of hide because every time I was out in the open, somebody was making fun of me, something was happening that I didn't appreciate, and then that's when I would lose my temper. I was always in trouble, I was always getting suspended from school, fighting, just every week my mom was having to come up to the school at least 2 or 3 times a week. In order to protect myself from losing my cool, I would just try to hide because that would protect me from something happening and then me having to lash out to protect myself, if that makes sense. Growing up in a place like Rockford, Illinois, it was in Forbes as the 9th most dangerous city in America. Like, it was a really rough place to grow up. And so when there's a little guy like me, I don't have the deepest voice, you know. I am a little flamboyant, I'm into the arts. I'm like all the things that a regular Black boy from the hood is really not, or at least not supposed to be. And the thing is that would always open the pathway for someone to make fun of me because I was different. I didn't sound like anyone, I didn't look like anyone, and I was not interested in the things that most people at my school were interested in. No matter what age I was always the man of the house. I had a little brother, my mom was always working, she was putting herself through school. Even if I was 12, I had to figure out what my brother and I were gonna wear to school the next day, what we were eating that night. And I'm not saying that mom wasn't there because I had an amazing mother, but the thing is that there were moments where I had to take care of others. And I kind of adapted this nurturing, I guess, personality as I grew up, you know? I always took care of everyone. In addition to being so sad and angry, I felt like nobody could see me. It was kind of like I was just going through this alone. And that's how I actually got into performing, because the first time that I entered a talent show, which was 7th grade, Eisenhower Middle School, I got that applause and I was like, they can see me. Feeling seen, that changed everything for me because I don't even really know what happened, but somehow I was not as angry. I wasn't as sad anymore. That was like a turning point when I performed for the first time. I have accomplished so much and I am so grateful that I can literally just look back at everything that I've overcome and say that I've been around the world. Just to look back on like all of the things that I felt was impossible, and it was unheard of for a little Black boy from Rockford, Illinois, of all places, to go headline their own tour in another country. How do you go from getting suspended from school every day to traveling the world, going on America's Got Talent, and then becoming a Grammy contender and being in the top of the iTunes rock charts? Like, my heart is so full when I even think about it, because for many, that kind of stuff does not happen. You know, I'm the first in my family to ever go around the world. Black Boy Destiny is a song that I wrote for any young Black man that has risen against the odds. I think that it's really no secret that historic and systemic racism has kind of created an environment where Black men are significantly more likely to experience trauma in their upbringing. I've worked to become something. I've rised against the odds. I've fought for my dreams. And I wrote this song to kind of remind every little black boy that they could fight for their dreams too. So often as black men, when we are going towards our goals, it's so easy to neglect our self-care because we're so focused on getting out of the hood. We're so focused on changing how we grew up and changing the environment and never going through this again, that it's about, let me just get more money, let me just be more successful. But what happens is we work so hard to try to be more than they thought we would be, and that's the lyric from the song. You know, if I tried to be more than they thought I would be. We focus so hard in trying to be more that we neglect our self-care. And I think it's important that we change that. My number one rule for self-care in the morning is that I do not look at my phone before I meditate. It's important to not look at my phone before I meditate because I like to just ground myself before I enter the world and allow the world to come to me, essentially. Our phones have so much coming at us, so many notifications from so many different types of apps. And so for me, meditating before I touch my phone is my way of kind of just centering myself and protecting my mental health before I even speak to anyone. One of the things that I like to do while working out is I like to work on my mental health while working on my physical health. I get to work on my mind and my body at the same time. And the way that I do that is I play motivational YouTube videos and inspirational podcasts instead of music while working out. I listen to podcasts, I listen to motivational things on YouTube, and it actually makes my workout even better because it's easier to get weight off of you when you have someone screaming in your ear saying, you better fight, you gotta have courage, you gotta fight for this. Like, I like listening to that kind of stuff in the gym. And sometimes I might listen to podcasts about anxiety or simply just being consistent with pursuing your dreams and goals. And this is my way of working out my brain and my body at the same time. Black men have always been told to be strong. We've always been told to fix your face when we were crying as kids. Wipe them tears and you bet not cry. Those are the things that we were told growing up. As you grow, you kind of develop this habit of kind of pushing down your emotions. You know, a lot of people don't understand that there's power in vulnerability. When you can be genuine and show your heart. I think that it's so important as black men for us to find this balance between being a strong black man and being human. But the thing with expressing emotions for me personally is that it's allowed me to become a better artist. It's allowed me to connect on a human level where I can touch hearts and inspire people. Allowing myself to feel my emotions is a big part of my self-care because it allows me to process what I'm feeling and in turn show up to work in a way that I can be a good artist, tell my story with love. Allowing myself to feel what's happening it allows me to tell the story in a way that is more free than me just keeping it all inside. My manifesto to black men in the world is feel. Feel. Because when you feel, you can heal. And that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to heal from these intergenerational traumas. We're trying to heal from the traumas that we have experienced in our own lives, and we're pushing forward. But we have to feel what it is that we're feeling in order to even do that. Feel, that's all. Thank you so much for listening. My hope and prayer is that we all take care of ourselves. We deserve it, we need it, and it is time. Love you.